Welcome to my magical space, which is currently a hot mess, if I'm honest. So today I'm going to talk about the importance of mundane before magical, the importance of physical cleansing over metaphysical or energetical cleansing. And I'm going to bring you along for the ride.
Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Linda, and if you're new here, I encourage you to subscribe. Let's get right into today's video. So, full disclosure, I am in fact from TikTok, and here we are on the YouTube trying to make long form content. Wish me luck. And I know that this is a big issue on TikTok, but I've seen it here on YouTube as well. Not everything is a magical sign or symbol from the universe. Just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean that somebody's hexed you. And 9 times out of 10, our biggest problems or our biggest enemies, if you will, are inside our own mind. And I think I'm speaking for myself as well here. But I've seen videos here as well as on TikTok talking about, oh, so and so's hexed you or your relationship, or I think somebody sent me bad energy, and the list goes on, right? But I want to tell you this as a witchcraft practitioner myself, and as someone who has many friends as well in the community and who also are practitioners, listen, you've got to have messed up bad for me to have wanted to spend the time, energy, and expensive ingredients it takes to actually hex and curse somebody. I personally don't have time, energy, or effort for that. 9 times out of 10, you have to have pissed me plumb off real bad before I'm going to do anything like that. And I believe the same goes for most of the spiritual, occult, witchcraft community. But when I talk about mundane before magical, I mean more than just the, oh, somebody's hexed me, somebody's cursed me. I've seen so many videos on TikTok as well as here talking about, oh, the sun lit up something in particular. It's a sign. Not that that can't be a sign, but most of the time it isn't. And unfortunately, sometimes in this community, we can be so desperate for signs and symbols and wanting that validation from outside forces other than ourselves and our own minds that we will create it where there isn't any. And I don't want to seem like, oh, I know everything or like I've never done this, because I absolutely have. Let me give you an example of how I have done this myself. I'm going to give you 2 different examples. One where I was convinced that I was hexed or cursed, and one where I thought something was a sign or a symbol and then realized that it wasn't. So, whenever I lived out in the country, I really liked to do most of my spell work outside, be it in a ritual fire, or I would do things like on my front porch. Just because it was secluded, I love being out in nature, etc. Right? So, I had planned this big spell work under this certain moon. The mother said everything was going to be fine, get everything set up, and surprise, it started pouring rain. And at the time, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a sign. Somebody's hexed me, cursed me so that I can't do my work. Not stopping to think, hun, it is literally thunderstorm season. It is literally that time of year where storms can just brew up out of nowhere. And honestly, I shouldn't have been surprised. Again, not saying that this is never a sign, never a symbol, but that was literally the only thing. If something is a sign or a symbol, there's going to be other signs and symbols that point to the same thing. Also, I literally hadn't made anybody mad to give them a reason to send me bad energy. And another time, I was in my old quote unquote craft room where I did all of my witchy things. And I had some candles lit and incense going, and I'm meditating, and I opened my eyes, and there's like candlelight reflecting on a surface that wasn't anywhere near the candles, and it's pointed at one of my posters of a tarot card. So, of course, I'm like, what are they trying to tell me? Why is the justice card lit up. I don't understand. Then I look across the room and there's a mirror pointing directly at that card that has a candle on it in front of it. It's just a reflection. It wasn't a
Right.
sign from the universe that I needed to pay attention to balance, or
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't, okay? And sometimes things aren't, and that's okay. Also, you can see
Okay.
the
Okay.
fact that the rest of my house is not in a complete mess. Okay, just this room was. But we're going back to my witchy space now. Say hi to
Yep.
my little dog Pepper Ann.
So much for stepping in.
But you see what I'm saying. You get the point that I'm trying to make, right? Don't
Mm-hmm.
turn something into a symbol when it doesn't need to be, or if it's not intended to be
Mm-hmm.
one. In my own personal practice, I try to keep things scientific as well as metaphysical, which
Right.
I know is a hard line to dance on, right? It is a hard line to straddle for sure, but it keeps us more grounded, and it keeps me more grounded in my practice as well as in real life. Unfortunately, not only on TikTok but also here on YouTube, I see a lot of spiritual psychosis. Okay, I will say it's more prevalent on TikTok than YouTube, but it's definitely a thing, okay? Specifically in the shorts here on YouTube, but it's a thing that I see, right? And a great way to
Craziness.
keep yourself out of that is the paying attention to the mundane before the magical. Also, great success. Look, there's counter space. There's a floor here. Yay! But I also wanted to talk about the importance of physical cleansing over metaphysical or like energy cleansing, right? Because, listen, I don't know what HD is, but my doctor called and said I had 80 of them. And so this is my craft room. Okay, I do my witchcraft here and I do my crafting here. I love to make jewelry and different things that like you see throughout my room here. And your physical space is often a reflection of your mental space, right? And I get so many ideas and I'll drag all these things out, and then the idea I had in my head doesn't come to fruition, and I just have all this stuff laying everywhere. So here we are. Also, I just am not good about picking up after myself. I ain't even gonna front or lie to y'all. But here we are. We end up like this, right? But the physical cleansing, the sweeping, the mopping, the dusting, the putting things back into their place, that can lift the energy of a room 10 times quicker than lighting 57 incenses or appropriating somebody else's culture and burning sage or whatever, or even like sound cleansing. The energy of a room is lifted so much quicker and better whenever you actually physically cleanse it. I'm talking about just the mundane, just the sweeping, just the mopping, just the things that a housekeeper would do. Okay? Yes, I do usually do both, right? But it's so important and it feels so much better. But it reminds me of that audio that went around TikTok that was like, universe, where can I direct my energy right now? And it's like, wash your dishes. Something else, universe. Do your laundry. I know you've all heard it, right? But literally, it's so important. And it makes our day to day lives easier so that we can recognize signs and symbols when they are really there versus whenever we're just looking for something to distract ourselves from the hot mess express that is our lives, right? And I am kind of embarrassed to show you guys this room and show you me in my leggings cleaning it, but I want to be transparent. I want you guys to see that the things I'm talking about are also things that I'm working on myself. So I think that that's an important part of like my YouTube process here. So I wanted to include it here. Also, I watch a lot of YouTube and I love to watch the cleaning videos, but it really is important. And I want you to try something. just try something. Go ahead and do your smoke cleanse. Go ahead and do your sound cleanse, or how you would regularly clean or metaphysically clean or cleanse the energy of a space, okay, while it's still dirty. And you tell me if the vibe is lifted in that room. Spend 5 minutes in there and feel the difference in just a smoke cleanse or a sound cleanse versus physical cleansing of your room. Okay, so spend 5 or 10 minutes and then actually clean the room. Sweep, mop, dust, put things where they belong. Make your space clear, right? And then spend 5, 10 minutes and feel the difference in that room. And I'm telling you, every time, it is going to be way lifted twice as much by the actual physical cleansing than it will by the energetic or sound cleansing. Okay? It just is. It's just how it is. If you don't believe me, try it for yourself. But we are almost done with this room. And I will tell you also, I want you to know it took me probably 45 minutes or an hour to do this. And minus the like 3 hours of stopping and resetting up the camera, which I've never had to deal with before, because this is like my first like long term or long,
Enjoyment chewing nuts.
not long term,
Leave that
but
in.
long form content, and like cleaning in front of a camera. I've never really done that before. So it took me so long to edit this also. So I do hope that you do enjoy the video. But yeah, it makes such a big difference. But since we are finishing up here, we're gonna see the before and after here at the end of the video. But if you made it this far, if you enjoyed me and my vibe, I do hope that you will subscribe. I will be making more witchy content, not just the cleaning content, obviously, because I'm not going to be doing that every week. But I will be showing you part of my real life and being more authentic and doing the more long form content here. So I do hope that like if you've enjoyed this video, you will subscribe. And oh, this is the best part. I don't know why, but this is just so satisfying to me. Hun. It just does it for me. I love to watch just the cleaning videos too. Like, I'm just here for it. And I'm going to do like a revamp of my shelves in another video also. I'm not sure what we'll talk about with them, but we're going to dust. We're going to like reorganize. This was just to get the trash up and put some things up out the floor. You dirty trash person, you. So here we go. That was the before. Here is the after of this corner. And then we're going to do a before and after of the whole room. Yes, I have Dragon Ball Z stickers on my craft room door. Don't you judge me. Hot mess. This part is the best part for me. The before, the after. But as you can see, the shelves still need some work. That's going to be another video. But there's the before. And we did not do the closet this time, y'all. That's going to have to be, I don't even know that's going to be a video because that's just a mess. But if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. And the after. Let's go. Now I can actually work in here. My mind can actually work in here, and so can I. So I do hope that you have enjoyed the video. And I do hope that you will join me again soon for the next one. If there's a certain thing you want to see, let me know in the comments.